Welcome, welcome. So this YouTube video is going to be about what do we do about people copying our stuff? What do we do? How do we protect ourselves? What is it about? What does it mean? And how can we prevent it? Well, I've got something for you that I want to share as a creator or a person that creates courses or content or even music or whatever it is you're creating. Like, I get it. People's copied and stole my stuff. I've copied and stole other people's stuff. And what if I told you it's actually like part of the game and there's this gray area there? But today I just want to share like what it means, what you can do, and more importantly, how to shift from fear to a place of abundance so that we can collaborate more versus compete and feel like people's going to take our stuff. So be sure to watch the video. And if any of this helps you, please like, subscribe, and feel free to share my content. We've got a huge podcast that people tend to listen to when you're in the car, the Hot Moms Lifestyle Podcast, and we're all over the socials, KC Ship. Let's get into it. I was not supposed to be successful. Hey there, KC Ship here, fitness model, hormone expert, and a master energy healer. I help goal-oriented women clear out the reason why nothing has worked and finally step into their purpose and get everything they've ever wanted. Today, I wanted to go over this. I had someone ask in my mastermind, which is so Hot Moms, and those of you that don't know me. So I help very career-driven women, very elite level women, 6, 7, 8-figure women get healthy, balance their hormones without doing cardio and all that bullshit, because a lot of times they're burnt out. You know, they found themselves, their energy's low, their libido's gone. Doctors can't give them answers, and they think, you know, they're just like, I just can't anymore. What am I supposed to do? Just continue to starve myself and do this? I know something's going on. So I kind of went through the shitter and found out why I was struggling, why doctors couldn't give me answers, and why the workouts just kind of weren't working anymore, why my energy was low. And so now we have an approach that regulates the nervous system. So it clears out the reason why you would even need to fail and why you would even need to struggle. And then we give our resources that show you how to be that woman and be the mom, everything that you want to be without losing your health or relationship in the progress. Okay, so anyway, in the mastermind's one of the elite programs that I have. I have a ton of courses. I have a ton of like low ticket courses and even $7 programs. I've got things for a few $100. I've got things for $100, and I've got things for thousands of dollars. And so the mastermind is up there in one of the $1,000 programs, but you get a ton of stuff. And I work very intimately with these women. I work with these women, whereas in the other stuff, I'm not really there. I also have a lot of my mastermind people, like people that have helped me. They're in there. So these women, like, they've done some pretty incredible things. Most of them, if they are corporate, if they are career, they also have other things going on, or maybe they want to step into more freedom. And so they start working with me with their body, health, life, and all that other stuff. Well, this lady, she done really great. She started out, and I think during Hot Moms, she created her own company, insurance, I believe. And so I always teach my women, because a lot of us are moms, or even if they're not moms and they're not going to be, they still want freedom. They're like, Casey, how can I make money where I don't have to show up all the time? Like, where's something that I can create money? Like, you know, getting rich is the only way to do it. It's making money in your sleep, whether you're an investor or you have a book or a course or something like that. And for me, selling information is key, because I don't know about you, but I much rather go to someone and pay them that's mastered something. Like, show me how you did that, because I'm trying to do that. I'd rather just pay them than try to learn it myself. I learned that the hard way, but now that I've gotten that mindset, it's like beautiful. Now there's collaboration, now there's growth, and now it's just amazing. Which leads me to today's topic. How can we prevent people from stealing our content? How can we prevent, you know, people sharing logins and all that stuff? And I'm the first to say, I copy and steal everybody's shit. Yeah. Now, there's a gray area there. I just wanted to say that to get you to be like, oh my God. So her question was, I have a business question. How do you ensure that one, like a course that you sell, how do you prevent them from sharing their logins to give to someone else? Is there a way to trust people, do the right thing? My answer is this. Number one, you can use freaking witchcraft and say that anybody that shares a login will be damned and guilt stricken to where they can't even wake up tomorrow. You can like literally put that intention there, and it's going to be bad if somebody like does that. For me, I'm not going to do that. I just really don't want to me, that comes from fear, and I don't want to do that. Now, second thing you can do, because I've heard of this from a lot of high ticket coaches, that sell $10,000 programs, $20,000 programs, $50,000 programs. They do have this happen, and you'll see it. I have actually been hit up by these pirating people from who knows where. And that what they do is they go on, they steal all the content, and then they go to people that these influencers have in their followers, and they try to sell it. They're like, hey, Casey, that course that, the guy that you're following that has his big mastermind, I've got all the content here. I'll sell it to you for $2,000 versus like 15 grand. Well, the old me would have been like, yeah, because the old me was in scarcity and lack. And I was like, let me just get that right. Whatever. Now the new me is kind of like, I want to pay for the program because I may have questions. I want to be around his people. Because that to me is, if you'll go and listen to any of my interviews, especially that one with John Whiting and Bulletproof Entrepreneur, my success has been around being around certain people. So if you try to get cheap ass programs, you're in there with other cheap ass people. So, or you're not even going to be in there with people. So that's you. That's all you. I'm not judging you if you want to do that. Take the $2,000 program. Like if somebody rips my stuff off and says, hey, you can get Casey's mastermind, everything, all of her 100 courses, $50,000 worth of content, you can get it for $1,000, right? Dude, go ahead, because I know that's going to bless you. I know that content's going to bless you and it's going to change your life. And hopefully it'll be to the point where you'll come back and donate to me via whatever I have to offer, because it helped you, because that's something it comes from my heart. And I believe that if I truly help you, like my program is intended to, you will be a different person and will want to donate. It's like donating to the church. Right. So it's kind of like that. So number one, yeah, you can do things and be like, you can set strong intentions as a woman to say anybody that does this, because I have known content creators to do that. Like I'll go to start sharing their login with my other people that like has bought plenty of shit from them, and I'll feel bad about it. I'll be like, oh, I can't do that. They're like, okay, I get it. Sometimes I share the login because I'm like, with my team, like a lot of these high courses, like these $100,000 courses that I have, my team, let's take for instance my media buyer or whatever, instead of me having to hire this person that I've paid thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to do an hour and train my other people, they've done it. So I've paid $100,000 for that shit. I can share the login with my media buyer. If they choose to steal it, rip it off, that's on them. But I feel like I'm not trying to like steal their content to literally create verbatim marketing and everything to sell that. Cause I've tried to do that before, like with Lady Boss, that cause back in the day, it was like, hack this funnel and just do what she does. Look, she's got a $7 tripwire, just create that. And look, get this copy, just change it. That doesn't work. For me, it didn't work. It may work for you, but for me, it didn't work because it wasn't me. Nobody taught me how to be more me. So it's kind of like, I think in the beginning, when you don't know what the fuck to do, I think it's very normal to look around and go, what does everybody else do? And let me do that. I think it's normal. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just fucking uncreative. Maybe I'm just, fucking unoriginal, but that's what I did in the beginning. And I found out quickly that it did not work. So what I do now is I encourage my women. I said, listen, whatever I have here is yours. You've paid for it. You girls are coaches and healers, and you are supposed to put your shit out to help people. I used to get mad. And like last year, I remember like putting something on my profile, like shaming this girl that verbatim posted my shit, did what I used to do back in the day. And then I took it down because I'm like, that was totally me. I think I would have done that. But I think I would have gone back though. And I would have said, thank you. But this girl was never grateful. She was never fucking grateful. But then I had to check myself. Why was I doing it? I was doing it for bullshit reasons, all kind of these egoic reasons or whatever. So I had to check myself, and then I became okay with her. I became like, I love her. I truly wanted to help her. And you just have to like do so much self-work as an entrepreneur, because all this shit's going to happen. People will steal from you. People will rip you the fuck off. But you know what they can't do? They can't tap into that source that comes in your filter. They can tap into the source. I'm sorry. They can tap into the source, but they can't put it through the filter of you. Even if you're dead. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like Elvis Presley. Is there going to be another one? Maybe in 500,000 years. Justin Bieber's like the guy right now, but he's not Elvis. Do you understand? So when you feel like you're fully enough and you've worked through enough of your little bullshit demons, and you feel like, you know what? I could be ripped off completely and still make money, still help a lot of people and calling my people in. So that's kind of how I think about it now, because I've had to watch a bunch of girls do this, but I've done it to other people. However, the thing that makes me feel better, and if you look in Google, this was interesting about artists. Okay. It's like, well, I need to look it up for you actually to tell you like the actual sayings. Good artists. Let's see what it says. And then too, you got to think of it like this. You remember Dolly, right? I got the quote. Let's take Dolly Parton, for instance. I would say, I mean, wouldn't you say she's a pretty abundant, positive chick? It seems she's very successful, she seems like she's full of love. Can you imagine if she didn't allow Whitney Houston to sing I Will Always Love You? Can you imagine that? Because I don't want her to steal my thing. She may be like, what? You see how like, I've been watching a lot of Disney movies and like the bad queen is always, always insecure and doesn't feel loved and has been rejected. And she never dealt with that. So therefore she projects all that out to everybody else and wants everybody else to be miserable. There's not enough to go around. Right. So can you imagine if Dolly Parton didn't allow Whitney Houston to sing her song? Can you imagine if Fergie didn't allow Jack Harlow to sing Glamorous or First Class? Can you imagine if, do you see what I'm saying? Like, did it take away from David Bowie the fact that Vanilla Ice made that song, and in the beginning it's dun 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 dun, and then he's like, "Oh no, mine has dun 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 ding." Like, who cares? They're both fucking awesome. So when you get caught up in the "that's mine," and listen, I had to eat this shit. I had to eat these words, and I still feel like when I share stuff from other people that I've learned, I try to give props. Now I try to give props. I'm like when I'm inside my shit, my students know I'm like, listen. This came from this person. This was inspired by this person. They kind of know where the origination came from because I always want to give credit to where credit's due. However, your people don't care about where it came from sometimes. Sometimes they don't, because think about it. Your people, and I tell this to my girls, especially coaches, I'm like, listen, you can take my shit and use the resources and use this and use that. Okay. But please continue to be you. Because these people aren't paying for my shit watered down and this shit watered down and her shit watered down. They're paying you. So at the end of the day, it's all you. I can't help your people because they don't like me. You know, I know some people that would never work with the mentors that I've worked with because they fucking do not like them. They don't like how they look. They don't like how they talk. And they just are appalled by their existence. Yet I liked the mentor. And I was fed by them. And one of the things that helped me in marketing or with mind or body or whatever, I brought in, I made my own, and I shared, and I gave them props. Now that person that couldn't stand my mentor, was the source of the thing, can receive the healing that I received from that. So that's how another way I look at it. And this quote right here says, Picasso said, good artists borrow and great artists steal. And that's from Picasso. So you really have to check yourself when you start creating about people ripping you off. Now, you can be smart about it. Just like right now, I'm starting this new thing. First thing I do is I go to my attorney and I say, make sure A, nobody else has it. B, trademark, copyright this shit, stat. Because it takes me about 6 months to get it done. If you know anybody else that can get it done solid and less than that, let me know. You know, those are some things you can do. But at the end of the day, how can I prevent people to not share logins? First, you can look deep within and figure out what emotions that's coming from and clear that out. And it's probably because you're afraid that you won't make enough money or whatever. And all that's a lie. And second is, well, a solution is to create content to where people love you so much, and not out of manipulation, but it's just good content because they want to be there and it feels better to them that you're going to bring in people that want to buy it. And even if their friends give them the login, they want their own. Be that person, and you'll attract that. So that's just me. And I know people probably share my logins and shit, but you know what they don't get access to? The coaching calls that I'm on, the whatever. And maybe they don't need it. That's fine. We don't need to work together. So that's kind of, hopefully that helps put things into perspective. Now, once again, I would say go within, look at the emotion that it's invoking. Is it because you feel like somebody's going to get there before you, something's going to be taken from you? Well, that's just a projection of some shit you need to clear out, because if you don't clear it out now, it's going to continue to happen. And I will say there are companies for the high, if you're in the like 8-figure game or even in the 7-figure, there are companies that you can hire to go and get these people to where like there's softwares. I don't know the name of it. And I have plenty of people in my network that can get you the name of it. But once again, it's a lot of work when you could just go use that energy, go back to love and create, just keep creating something, keep creating, keep giving, keep serving, you know. But there are companies like legal attorney companies, something that go in and shut these people down, because it's no different from those call hackers, right? I mean, there are some gnarly people out there, but just kind of work on the thing that would make you available for that, become unavailable for that. And that's my thing. But remember what Picasso said: good artists borrow, great artists steal. Start collaborating with some of the people that you really like. Maybe ask them, hey, what you shared with me is life changing. Like, can I please share this with my people? Get their blessings if you want to. And if they don't want to give you their blessing, I don't understand. Maybe there's something there I'm not seeing, but you have to just look at all the other artists, look at all the musicians and how they do and how they collaborate. And when they do something artistically with a song, they get permission. And at the end of the day, if I saw, and I do have tons of coaches that use a lot of my teachings and shit, I like that. It's almost like too, when you go to school or get training, like I was certified through like ISSA back in the day. I can't imagine ISSA turning around and going, hey, even though we taught you the shit and we helped you and whatever, don't use our macro calculator. Don't use our body fat BMI calculator either. Like, who the fuck does that? To say that I'm actually certified by ISSA, and what if you could change it into, if everybody is using your shit, just create a program where you can be certified as your name. Hey, I'm, KC Ship certified, hey, and that means you have undergone a lot of my teachings and use a lot of the same things in conclusion or in addition to your own. Maybe do that. You see how you can just continue to outcreate the bullshit? That's what I recommend. So that's all I have to say about that. All right. So what you can do is you can find this on the Hot Moms Lifestyle podcast. And we're also going to put this inside of probably business codes for hot moms. And that's it. All right. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. This is it. I've got a free training, kcship.com/register. Be sure to grab that and then join my free Facebook group and just reach out. Struggle is not required. So hit me up, kcship.com/register. Talk to you soon.